Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're bringing out the big gun. That's right, we're taking a look at the longest MFT lens that I own, the Olympus 100-400 F5-6.3 telephoto zoom. This is a lens that divides opinion, but whether you're into wildlife photography, sports or nature shots, this lens promises a lot of versatility. But does it deliver? Well, let's find out. Welcome to Adventures in Aperture. First things first, let's quickly go over the key specifications of the Olympus 100-400 f5-6.3 to get an idea of what this lens offers. Now, thanks to that 2x crop factor on Micro Four Thirds cameras, that focal length actually translates to 200 to 800 millimeters, which is a big deal. When you think about wildlife photography, getting close to subjects can be hard because by their nature, they'll scatter or fly off. But this lens can get you in close to capture detail from great distances away. When it comes to build, the lens weighs around 1.1 kilograms, which for an MFT lens is on the heavier side. However, let me show you something. Oh! This is the Pentax 150-450 and it tips the scales at 2 kilograms. So even when I've got my OM1 attached to the 100-400, this whole combo is lighter than this lens. The Olympus lens is weather sealed and I can testify to its protection. I've used this optic in all weathers and I've never had any problems. When you pair the lens with the OM1, it makes for a really robust setup, and that will be appreciated by those photographers who head out into the middle of nowhere and don't want to worry about lenses getting issues or anything like that. At just over a kilogram, this lens is suitable for handheld photography, but if you want, you can attach it to a tripod or monopod thanks to the tripod collar. Now, when I'm in the photography hide, I often place it on this little mini tripod here, just so I can use it handheld and rest it back on the mini tripod when I'm waiting for subjects to come into view. The 100-400 comes with built-in image stabilization, and this is important when working at ultra-long focal lengths, as this is when camera shake can be more pronounced. Another important feature is the minimum focus distance of just 1.3 meters, meaning you can fill the frame with smaller subjects. Now, as I said, this lens is a little divisive between Micro Four Thirds photographers, and a lot of this comes from the compromises this lens delivers. This is not a hugely fast lens. Zoom right into the 400mm end of the focal range and you'll be working at a maximum of f6.3. On bright days, this isn't really an issue, but in lower light conditions, shutter speeds will fall, and this means you'll have to ramp up the ISO. This max aperture also affects the depth of field available to photographers. You know, one of the coolest things about my 40-150 lens is that f2.8 maximum aperture, and you can actually watch a dedicated review of that lens on this channel too. But the 100-400 is never going to match the bokeh from faster rivals. The other issue is autofocus, and while the AF isn't bad as such, I don't think it's anywhere near as fast as the 40-150, and it never would be because there's far more glass in this lens. Over time, I've fine-tuned my workflow to get the best out of the AF. For example, there's a focus limiter switch that can be used to prevent the lens hunting around too much. Now, onto the most important thing, and this is of course image quality. And the most important thing is that you can absolutely get professional level imagery from this lens. I've captured images that are sharp and well defined, even in challenging light conditions. With my bird photography in particular, I massively appreciate the detail this lens offers and how it gets me in close to the subject. Now, when it comes to alternative options, there's quite a few to pick from. First up, you've got the 40-150 that I've already mentioned, and remember this lens can be used with OM Systems tele-extenders. Or there's the 300 F4 IS Pro, which delivers a faster maximum aperture of f4, albeit at the sacrifice of the longer focal length and the ability to zoom in. Lastly, there's the OM System 150-600, which is another incredible lens, although this has again sparked massive debate because it's much bigger and heavier, far bigger and heavier than the 100-400. You know, I think the 100-400mm is a really wise choice that ticks a lot of boxes. It delivers incredible focal length, provides great image quality, includes image stabilization, and offers great value for money, even more so now that an updated version of this lens is now on sale. The AF isn't class leading, but it does the job well enough, and as a package this means that Micro Four Thirds photographers can have a walk around lens that is small, lightweight and will get you ridiculously close to subjects from great distances. In short, it's a well-built, special lens that delivers a lot of bang for your buck. But what do you think of the Olympus 100 to 400mm lens? Is this your go-to wildlife lens, or do you prefer something else? Let me know in the comments, and please remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.